Hello there, my Hillbilly Nation. Hillbilly King here. Now, I'm going to read this story. I'm going to read certain parts from a biography of a certain person. Now, this person was in history books, and so they say. Have you ever seen the movie Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme about a so-called martial arts tournament that takes place over 3 days in Hong Kong, China, known as the Kumite? Well, the guy that, the legendary movie actor, the legendary Hollywood movie actor, Jean-Claude Van Damme, portrayed in that movie. His name was Frank Dukes. Now, Frank Dukes was supposed to have been a martial arts expert, supposed to have been trained by a professional Japanese ninjutsu martial artist named Sendo Tanaka. Now, he's supposed to have served in the military, fought in Vietnam, a war hero. He's supposed to have been a member of the CIA. But if you read this biography here, which I'm going to read you certain parts. Okay, Frank Dukes, American martial artist and patent ninjutsu expert. According to Dukes, a ninjutsu expert named Sento Tanaka trained him as a ninja when he was a teenager. He had his own school of ninjutsu called Dukes Ryu Ninjutsu. He said he won a secret martial arts tournament called the Kumite. His alleged victory served as the inspiration for the 1998 movie Bloodsport. It says Dukes served in the United States Marine Corps Reserves from 1975 to 1981. He claims he was sent on covert missions in Southeast Asia and awarded the Medal of Honor. He also claims he was recruited by the CIA Director William Casey to work as a covert agent. But it says here, however, he was never sent overseas. His military records, however, show he was never sent overseas and never received any awards. Duke states the military sabotaged his records to discredit him. He has been accused of falsifying military service. His claims to have worked for the CIA have been dismissed by the director of the CIA. Dukes worked as a fat choreographer for Bloodsport and Lionheart. Duke served in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserves. Claimed he was sent on covert missions in Southeast Asia during this time. He claims he was awarded the Medal of Honor. But Dukes stated when interviewed by Jon Stewart that he fought in 1975 martial arts competition in the Bahamas called the Kumite. A 60-round single elimination tournament. He was the first person to be given permission to speak publicly about the event. And the first one to win the tournament. The first Westerner. See what else here. Military service and Medal of Honor. Contrary to his claims, Dukes' military records obtained through the Freedom of Information Act show he never served overseas, that he had not been given the Medal of Honor or any other award. He was referred in 1978 for psychiatric evaluation. Duke states the military sabotaged his service record to discredit him. Service ribbons being displayed in an incorrect order, and the Medal of Honor that Frank Dukes was wearing is the version given to members of the United States Army, not the Marine Corps. In 1988, Dukes told Johnson many times he was not able to get the military to explain why he was awarded a medal from the wrong service. He changed his story in later years to say the uniform was just a Halloween costume. Let's see what else he has here. Questions about Dukes' military career. The Bahamas disputed the existence of the Kumite, saying it was an impossible martial arts tournament of that scale could have been kept a secret, saying that Frank Dukes only staged the Kumite, enlisted Dukes and his only point of contact, and the base of the trophy he claims to have won at the Kumite was bought at a local trophy store. Dukes told Johnson to speak to a man named Richard Robinson, who he said he met at the Kumite, saying he was invited to the Kumite as he was an undefeated wrestler at Lower Merion High School. Johnson later uncovered Robinson had never attended that school. He'd actually gone to school with Dukes. Then later on, Frank Dukes says, "Oh, he was a buddy of mine when I was in L.A." And here, this is the kicker. It's Sensei, or Shidoshi, Senzo Tiger Tanaka. That was supposed to have been Frank Dukes' ninjutsu teacher that prepared him for the Kumite. Mr. John Johnson reported he could not find any evidence of Dukes' alleged teacher, Senzo Tiger Tanaka, in history books or from any other martial arts expert. Dukes told Johnson he did not know the whereabouts of Tanaka, or even if he was still alive. Though in later years, he changed his story to say it was Tanaka's dying wish for him to compete in the Kumite. When Johnson pointed out that Dukes' teacher had the same name as the ninja commander In the James Bond movie and novel, You Only Live Twice, Dukes responded saying that they based the character on the real Sento Tanaka. In March 2017, Dukes wrote an article saying he had found Tanaka's death certificate, which showed he had died in Los Angeles. Though as of 2016, Dukes' website says Tanaka died in Japan. So that tells you right there, people. If you ever seen this movie, and it was a kick-ass movie, called Bloodsport, about a secret martial arts tournament. Once every 5 years for 3 days, about the so-called life story of Frank Dukes. That tells you right there, people, that there was no such thing at the tournament called the Kumite. Frank Dukes may have served in the military, but he never went overseas. He never obtained a Medal of Honor. That Frank Dukes, his so-called Shidoshi or Sensei, Sendo Tanaka. There is no Sendo Tanaka. There is no tournament known as the Kumite. Frank Dukes never served, as a member of the CIA. It tells you right there, people, that this so-called martial arts legend, this so-called war hero, Frank Dukes, this so-called person that served in the United States Marine Corps Reserves, and so supposed to have served in the Vietnam War. This tells you, people, you good people, it tells you that it's the guy that the Bloodsport movie was based on, kick-ass classic movie. Frank Dukes is nothing but a fraud. He never fought Vietnam. He never even went overseas. If he did have a Medal of Honor in his possession, it wasn't his, because he was in the Marines. He had the U.S. Army Medal of Honor. So, I tell you, it wasn't his. There is no Sendo Tanaka. It's all been fabricated by Frank Dukes. That tells you, good people, that Frank Dukes, the so-called legendary martial artist and war hero, is nothing and has never been nothing but a fraud. If you like what you see, hit that like and sub button. People the king out. But before I go, just remember what I said here tonight. If you thought that this Frank Dukes guy was a real good character, you thought he was a real legend in martial arts, you thought he was a real war hero, read his biography, people. This man named Frank Dukes. It's all there. Apparently, Frank Dukes was nothing but a fraud. His whole life was fabricated as a fraud. He is a fraud. Bye for now. See y'all tomorrow night. We'll play part 2 of Illusion of Gaia. Bye for now.